Number 8. Reliability issues. Imagine you're heading out for an important job on Monday morning, turn the key, and your truck starts running rough with a check engine light glaring at you. This nightmare scenario is becoming reality for many Silverado owners, but the problems run much deeper than occasional hiccups. When your livelihood depends on your truck showing up every day, the Silverado's reliability track record is about to become a major source of stress. Engine lifter failures are plaguing V8 models, particularly those equipped with active fuel management systems. These fuel-saving technologies are supposed to help your wallet at the pump, but they're creating repair bills that can reach $8,000 to $12,000 when they fail. Therefore, those small fuel savings become meaningless when you're facing a massive engine rebuild. Transmission problems are equally devastating to your daily routine. The 8-speed automatic has been particularly troublesome, but even newer 10-speed units are showing concerning patterns. When your transmission starts hunting for gears or refusing to engage, you're looking at potential downtime that costs you money every day it's in the shop. But even if the Silverado's reliability was flawless, you'd still face disappointment the moment you step inside the cabin. Number 7. Outdated interior design. Walk into a truck dealership today and you expect to feel impressed by what $50,000 to $70,000 can buy you. The disappointment hits immediately when you slide into a Silverado's cabin and realize how far your money didn't go. When you're spending more on a truck than many people spend on their entire house down payment, that interior better feel special every time you open the door. Professional reviews consistently point out that the interior isn't ultra-luxurious like upper trim Ram or Tundra models, even when comparing trucks with similar price tags. This means you're walking away from the dealership knowing you could have gotten more for the same money elsewhere. Lower trim levels are particularly painful when you realize what value actually means. Spending $40,000 to $50,000 and getting an interior that feels unexceptional is like paying steakhouse prices for fast food quality. The build quality issues become apparent within weeks of ownership. Doors that feel light and don't close with authority make you question what else was built to a price rather than a standard. Therefore, every interaction with your truck's interior becomes a reminder that you could have chosen better. So the interior disappoints, but what happens when poor design meets poor engineering? That's where the Silverado's safety performance becomes truly concerning. Number 6. Safety concerns. Your family's safety should never be a compromise, but the Silverado's safety performance is about to force exactly that choice. When accident statistics show that frontal collisions are among the most common and dangerous crashes, you need to know your truck will protect what matters most. The Silverado 1500 Crew Cab received a poor rating in the updated moderate overlap front crash test, but what this actually means is that in a serious frontal collision, the truck's structure may not adequately protect occupants from injury. But the competitive comparison makes this even more troubling. While the Ford F-150 also struggled with a poor rating, the Toyota Tundra achieved a good rating, therefore proving that proper frontal crash protection is achievable in this truck class. For families who prioritize safety above all else, this difference represents the margin between confidence and concern every time they drive. Insurance companies are going to factor this poor rating into your premiums, therefore making the Silverado more expensive to insure over its entire ownership period. And speaking of compromising daily comfort, the problems don't stop with crash protection. They extend to how the truck feels every single mile you drive. Number 5. Less refined suspension than rivals. Every mile you drive should feel controlled and comfortable, but the Silverado suspension is going to turn your daily commute into a constant reminder of poor engineering choices. When you're spending 1 to 2 hours daily behind the wheel, ride quality isn't just a luxury. Professional evaluations consistently describe the ride quality problems, but what this means in real terms is that your back will ache after long drives. Passengers will complain about comfort, and you'll arrive at destinations feeling more fatigued than necessary. On roads with frequent undulations, the Silverado becomes bouncy and unsettled, but rivals like the Ram 1500 and Toyota Tundra deliver the smooth, controlled ride that makes long trips pleasant rather than punishing. The steering compounds these comfort problems by feeling slower, heavier, and less precise than competitors. Therefore, simple tasks like parking or maneuvering in tight spaces become more effort than they should require. But even if you could tolerate the rough ride, the Silverado's capability limitations become obvious the moment you hook up a heavy trailer. Number 4. F-150 tows more. When your weekend plans involve hauling that boat to the lake or pulling a trailer full of equipment to a job site, towing capacity isn't just a number on a spec sheet. It's the difference between confidence and anxiety. The Silverado's towing performance is going to leave you wondering if you're pushing limits that the class leader handles with ease. Professional assessments consistently note that towing and payload capacities are just shy of the F-150's best-in-class numbers, but just shy can mean the difference between completing a job and making multiple trips. The F-150's aluminum body construction delivers a crucial advantage by reducing weight without sacrificing strength, allowing for higher payload ratings. This means that when you're loading up for a big project or family vacation, the Ford can handle more gear, more supplies, more of whatever you need to bring. The Silverado's steel construction, while durable, therefore carries a weight penalty that directly limits how much you could accomplish in a single trip. This consistent second-place positioning in such a fundamental truck capability becomes a daily compromise for serious haulers. And if towing capacity disappoints, wait until you discover how outdated the engines powering this capability actually are. Number 3. Outdated V8 engines. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of effortless acceleration when merging onto a busy highway or the confidence of abundant power when towing up a steep grade. The Silverado's V8 powertrains are going to struggle to deliver that modern performance experience, but the technology gap affects more than just power delivery. While Chevy still relies on traditional, naturally aspirated V8 engines, competitors have moved to advanced turbo V6 engines that provide superior low-end torque exactly when you need it most. The Ford F-150's twin-turbo V6, for example, delivers more pulling power from low RPMs than the Silverado's V8s, which means better real-world performance when you're accelerating from a stoplight with a heavy load. But the fuel economy disadvantage hits you every single time you visit the gas station. The Silverado lacks any hybrid powertrain options, therefore missing out on the efficiency gains that competitors achieve without sacrificing capability. When the Ford F-150 Power Boost and Toyota Tundra hybrid systems are achieving significantly better fuel economy, you're looking at potentially hundreds or thousands of dollars in additional fuel costs annually. The 6.2-liter V8's requirement for premium fuel adds another cost burden that competitors avoid. So, the engines are behind the times, but that's not even the worst part. Wait until you see what happens when you want to push this truck beyond its comfort zone. Number 2. No high-performance off-road version. Adventure calls and you want a truck that answers with authority. The Silverado lineup is going to disappoint serious off-road enthusiasts who seek the ultimate capability for tackling challenging terrain. When your buddies show up with a Ford F-150 Raptor R's 700-plus horsepower, the Silverado's current offerings are going to feel conservative by comparison. The competitive landscape is making this gap even more pronounced. Ram is preparing to resurrect the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 for future high-performance applications, but Chevy shows no signs of developing a comparable response. This means the performance gap is going to widen rather than narrow, leaving adventure seekers with capable but not class-leading options. But all these individual shortcomings pale in comparison to the fundamental problem that affects every aspect of Silverado ownership: the simple fact that your money buys more elsewhere. Number 1. Rivals are better value. Every dollar you spend on a truck should deliver maximum capability, comfort, and satisfaction. When you're making truck payments for 5 to 7 years, you want to feel confident that you chose wisely rather than settling for less than what was available. Edmunds directly states that the truck is priced higher than its key rivals without offering any advantages in features, style, or interior quality. This isn't just one critic's opinion, it's a professional assessment that cuts to the heart of why your money is better spent elsewhere. Therefore, you're walking into a dealership knowing you could get more truck for the same money or the same capability for less money with competitors. All in all, the 2025 Chevrolet Silverado's problems aren't isolated issues. They're interconnected weaknesses that compound into a truck that falls short of modern expectations. From reliability concerns that threaten your daily productivity to outdated technology that costs you money at every fuel stop, the Silverado consistently delivers less than what competitors offer for similar money. When you combine subpar safety performance with uncomfortable ride quality, limited towing capacity, and missing high-performance options, you're looking at a truck that asks you to compromise in too many areas. But to be perfectly honest, the Silverado isn't the only full-size truck with drawbacks, which is why you must check out our video about the reasons why you should not buy the Ram 1500. If you think that flawless ride quality is enough to compensate for subpar towing ratings, you'll realize that problems go much deeper. The Ram 1500 might be the most refined truck around, but the limited capabilities, powertrain offerings, and lack of certain features could be a deal breaker for many potential buyers.